Conflict avoidance. I want you to consider that you sometimes avoid hard conversations. And it's not a problem in and of itself, but it's definitely going to limit your relationship potential if you keep avoiding hard conversations with the person you care most about. So let's just talk about a marriage, and then this can apply to a work conversation, a family conversation. I want you to write this down, this question. Why do I sometimes avoid speaking up with, and then fill in the blank of the person who you avoid speaking up with? Who is that person? Why do I avoid? And I'm going to give you some clues, all right? So this is your journal prompt. You avoid because you're scared of rocking the boat and upsetting them, and then feeling uncomfortable yourself, and then losing the connection or feeling judged or criticized, blamed, made wrong, etc., making it worse, right? So you justify, I won't say anything. It's not that big of a deal. You'll minimize your own truth, your own experience, and say, I'll wait. Maybe later is a better time. And then the months and years go by, and then you resent this person. So the good news, if you're a conflict avoider, if you avoid hard conversations, is you have resentment on your side to remind you that you are betraying your truth and what matters most to you. That's the cool thing about resentments, even though they suck to feel. And they suck to be on the receiving end of. Okay, so now you've written that down. I want you to write down, and my commitment to speaking up is what? What is the incentive for you? Why bother speaking up? Let's say you're on the fence, you're like, okay, fine, Jayson, I'm going to finally share this uncomfortable truth with my partner, or I'm going to express my feelings, even though my story is they can't handle them and it makes it worse. I'm going to do it anyway. Why? Why would you risk all that shit we talked about before? Risk losing the relationship, risk judgment, risk making things worse. Why would you do that? Because you want to make it a higher priority to be true to yourself and express who you are than what you have set up when you're avoiding conflict. You make it a higher priority to keep the peace at the expense of yourself. See how that works? That doesn't feel good. So every time you don't speak up in an intimate partnership and bring your feelings, your truth, etc., you're creating another conflict inside of yourself, and the pile of what you need to deal with to create an epic partnership gets bigger. The pile of shit that's in the way. So this is important because I want you to have what you want, which is most of us want a secure, strong, awesome partnership, right? And we want to feel seen, accepted, and connected for who we are and feel good with the person we care most about. Yeah? If that's true, then the only way to get that is to speak up and be yourself. You can't get what you want when you're leaving yourself behind and leaving your experience behind, leaving your emotions behind, leaving your truth behind. It's not gonna happen for you. So write down the reasons to speak up and the good enough reasons to speak up and say, you know what, actually, Jayson's right. I'm gonna go for it. Even if it means I lose the relationship over there, at least I've got the relationship with me in here. All right. Okay, I'm going to do a free class on this tomorrow, and we're going to talk a lot about it. There is a URL I just dropped into the chat on Instagram anyway, and the URL is relationshipschool.com/resolve conflict, because that's what we're going to be talking about. All right. I'm good at this myself. I don't like it. I'm uncomfortable every time. I get scared as well. But the difference is I'm not willing to leave myself behind anymore. That's probably the only difference here. And I've got tools and practices to make it go better for you. If you want to come learn how, just type that link in Instagram and register. It's going to be intense. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. You're probably going to learn some stuff. And hopefully you'll walk away feeling empowered to get more of what you want, which is a secure, strong, awesome, powerful partnership, right? More of what you want. Okay, I'm going to take a couple quick questions, and then I'm going to close it down because you all have your time's valuable, busy day. What if sharing my truth just makes the other person defensive? It doesn't matter, okay? That's another valid reason why you stay stuck, not speaking up. Well, I'm not going to speak up because they just get defensive, right? So you want to have a zoom out with this person and say, we need to have a conversation about every time I speak up, it seems like you get defensive, and that's really hard for me. And I want to be in a relationship where I speak up, you get uncomfortable, we might create more conflict, but we work through it because we are awesome and we are a team, and I care about you, you care about me, and we do this together. Right, so any challenge like that is an opportunity for you to communicate better your needs, your priorities, your values, etc. Yeah, sometimes someone's saying, I get confused what my truth actually is. Yeah, and by the way, we're not talking about, when we talk about expressing our truth, we're not talking about what people do on social media where they just hate each other and they lob grenades from behind the safety of their computer or phone. I'm not talking about that kind of truth. I'm talking about, I care about you, I care about me, and so I'm going to tell the truth here. Because that's how love works. Love wins when the truth is occurring all the time, just out in the open, right? Just because you didn't, you got punished when you were a kid for speaking up, you got hit, you got hurt, you got violated, you got ignored, you got rejected. Just because that went down as a kid doesn't mean it's going to keep happening as an adult. And we've obviously we're wiser than we were, and we have choices we didn't have back then. We can leave relationships that are not good for us, whereas when you're a kid, you can't leave. La Couvai says, it's also why people lie instead of being honest. Fear of losing the connection and rocking boat. Totally. People are dishonest because it's like, I don't want to make this worse. I don't want to upset them / upset me. Exactly. Yeah. I'm guessing you're speaking from experience there, right? How to not circle around when you are the one who continues to speak up results in the other person not hearing you in that moment, but stating, well, in the past, you made me feel. Yeah, that's like scorekeeping. Well, I'm upset because you did why. Well, I'm upset now, and now I'm upset. And then it's like we're just like a competition for who's the most upset. That's just an immature, insecure approach to getting what you want. And the sooner you two realize that, the sooner you're like, okay, that sucks when we're scorekeeping and one-upping, and I actually care about your feelings, but I need you to let me know what they are so that we can do something about them, and I will do the same. And how about we work on treating each other better, like best friends. Best friends don't do this. They don't one-up and disrespect and keep score, and that's just not how we're going to do things. So sometimes you have to reset, clear the decks, and set a new template and new rules, but you have to have a new template to set in. And I'm going to go over a new template tomorrow in this free class. Just click the link there, relationshipschool.com/resolve conflict. All right. I wish you all well today, and thanks for being people who are willing to at least consider speaking up. And some of you, I really, if your relationship is in a mediocre to not great place, the way forward is only to speak up. And sometimes the speaking up could be a boundary. Sometimes it could be, I'm done with this relationship. It doesn't matter, but you want to move your development forward, not backward, and not staying in the same place. Okay? Cool. Have a good day, folks. Thanks for being here, and we'll talk soon. Peace.